Flight CX-471 from JFK to LAX was already running 23 minutes late when 12-year-old Ethan Coleman, wearing the same faded math camp hoodie his father had bought him the summer he won the National Middle School Mathematics Championship, stepped aboard with a navy and gold first-class boarding pass for seat 3B. A reward from billionaire airline owner Richard Coleman for straight A's, and for quietly carrying himself like someone who understood that real power rarely needs to announce itself. Within 7 minutes of boarding, senior purser Evelyn Caldwell, 54, 18 years of flawless service records and an unspoken belief that she could read wealth and status the way sailors read clouds, took one look at the skinny kid with messy hair and sneakers, decided without scanning the pass or checking the manifest that he was an obvious boarding error, and in a crisp voice that carried to every row, ordered him to gather his belongings and move to economy. 60 first-class passengers watched in frozen silence as Ethan, cheeks burning but spine straight, walked the entire length of the aircraft under their averted eyes and took a middle seat in row 31 between a snoring salesman and a teenager filming everything on TikTok. He texted his father a single line, "Caldwell made me move to the back," and within 9 minutes the cockpit summoned Evelyn forward, where Captain Harlan Reed closed the door and turned on the satellite screen so Richard Coleman himself could inform her, in the same measured tone he used to fire CEOs, that the child she had just publicly humiliated was his only son, that she would personally return Ethan to 3B immediately, apologize in front of the cabin, and present herself to security and the board the moment the wheels touched LAX. Caldwell, face ash-white, walked the aisle again, this time with every passenger openly watching, apologized in a voice that cracked halfway through, and escorted Ethan back while slow, deliberate applause started in row 8 and rolled forward like a wave. Ethan reclaimed his seat, looked her straight in the eye and said softly, "Next time, maybe check the ticket first," then opened his quadratic equations workbook and continued problem, as if the entire plane hadn't just revolved around him. For the remaining 4 hours, Caldwell floated through service like a ghost, pouring champagne she didn't remember pouring, while junior flight attendant Nicole Alvarez, who had almost spoken up earlier, quietly took over first class and slipped Ethan extra cookies and a handwritten note that simply read, "I'm sorry I stayed quiet. Never again." When the aircraft parked at gate 72B, Caldwell was ordered to remain aboard. 2 stone-faced security officers escorted her through a side door, and 9 days later she was terminated for cause with a lifetime industry ban. 2 weeks after the incident, the Coleman Aviation Group quietly introduced the Ethan Protocol, mandatory body cam verification for every premium cabin boarding pass, personal supervisor greeting for every unaccompanied minor by name, and a new line added to the in-flight magazine. "The sky belongs to everyone who has a ticket." Nicole received a full scholarship to the airline's Leadership Academy, a fast-track promotion to purser, and a one-line note from Richard Coleman that she still keeps in her wallet. "Thank you for almost doing the right thing. Next time, please do." Ethan, now 13, 14, 15, still flies the exact same route twice a year to spend weekends with his mother in Malibu, always books 3B, and is now greeted before he even crosses the jet bridge threshold with "Welcome back, Mr. Coleman," and a small brown bag containing 2 warm chocolate chip cookies and a cold Fiji water placed on his seat before pushback. Crews compete to work his flights because the story has become airline legend, passed down like a ghost story with a happy ending. Meanwhile, Evelyn Caldwell's life quietly unraveled. She moved from her tidy condo to a 1-bedroom in Reseda, sold her car, took a night job stocking shelves at a 24-hour pharmacy, and every Thursday evening for the past 3 years has attended a support group for people who lost careers to one irreversible mistake. She still has her old uniform hanging in the closet, wings polished, and every time she dusts the framed poster that reads, "The sky belongs to everyone," she remembers the exact second she looked at a 12-year-old in a hoodie and decided he didn't belong, never imagining that the quiet boy she humiliated would, without raising his voice or posting a single thing online, rewrite an entire airline's policies, launch 100 viral videos titled, "Kid Owns the Plane." inspire two best-selling children's books about standing up with dignity, and quietly grow into a teenager who now sits in 3B reading advanced calculus, occasionally glancing out the window at 35,000 feet of sky that his father legally owns, but that he, Ethan Coleman, helped make just a little fairer for every kid in sneakers who boards with a valid ticket and a story no one else can see.